Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th Canto, 2nd chapter, Prayers by the Demigods, text number 19. Sadevaki Sarvaka Jaganivasa. Sadevaki Sarva Jaganivasa. Nivasa Bhuta Nitaram Nareje. Nivasa Bhuta Nitaram Nareje. Bhojendra Gehe Knishike Varudha. Bhojendra Gehe Knishike Varudha. Sarasvati Jnana Kale Yathasati. Sarasvati Jnana Kale Yathasati. Sadevaki Sarva Jaganivasa. Nivasa Bhuta Nitaram Nareje. Bhojendra Gehe Knishike Varudha. Sarasvati Jnana Kale Yathasati. Sa Devaki, that Devaki Devi, Sarva Jagat Nivasa, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sustainer of all the universes, Matstani Sarva Bhutani, Nivasa Bhuta, the womb of Devaki has now become the residence. Nitaram, extensively. Na, Reje, became illuminated. Bhojendragehe. Within the limits of the house of Kamsa, Agnishika Eva, like the flames of a fire. Rutha, covered. Saraswati, knowledge. Jnanakale, in a person known as Jnanakala. One who possesses knowledge, but who cannot distribute it. Yata, or just as. Sati, so being. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. It's okay, you can leave it there. It's all good. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the causes of all causes, the foundation of the entire cosmos. But because she was under arrest in the house of Kamsa, she was like the flames of a fire, covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world, for the benefit of human society. Purport. In this verse, the word Jnanakala is most significant. Knowledge is meant for distribution. Although there's already much scientific knowledge, whenever scientists or philosophers awaken to a particular type of knowledge, they try to distribute it throughout the world. For otherwise, the knowledge gradually dries up, and no one benefits from it. India has the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, but unfortunately, for some reason or other, this sublime knowledge of the science of God was not distributed throughout the world, although it is meant for all of human society. Therefore, Krishna himself appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ordered all Indians to take up the cause of distributing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita throughout the entire world. Jore dekha tore koho Krishna upadesh, amara gyai guru hana tara e desh. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna, as they are given in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, 7th chapter, text 128. Although India has the sublime knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Indians have not done their proper duty of distributing it. Now therefore, the Krishna conscious movement has been set up to distribute this knowledge as it is, without distortion. Although previously there were attempts to distribute the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, these attempts involved distortion and compromise with mundane knowledge. But now the Krishna consciousness movement, without mundane compromises, is distributing Bhagavad Gita as it is. And people are deriving the benefit of awakening to Krishna consciousness and becoming devotees of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the proper distribution of knowledge has begun, by which not only will the whole world benefit, but India's glory will be magnified in human society. Kamsa tried to arrest Krishna consciousness within his house, Bhojendragehe, with the result that Kamsa, with all his opulences, was later vanquished. Similarly, the real knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was being choked by unscrupulous Indian leaders, with the result that India's culture and knowledge of the Supreme were being lost. Now, however, because Krishna consciousness is spreading, the proper use of Bhagavad Gita is being attempted. Sadevaki sarva jaga nivasa nivasa bhuta nitarang nareje Bhojendragehe nishike varutha sarasvati jnana kale yatasati. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of God at the cause of all causes, the foundation of the entire cosmos. But because she was under arrest in the house of Kamsa, she was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world for the benefit of human society. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Keda Mayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripadam Aham Vande Sri Guru Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. So the blessings of all the Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So here in these sections we have the prayer of the demigods, and it is just before the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears. And this is always a very dangerous, a very tense situation, because birth means it's Sandhya. It's like between life and death. Of course, the Supreme Lord is unborn, and He's ever existent, He's ever present. Yet Krishna, He appears in this world like a dramatic actor. The dramatic actor makes a dramatic appearance. Thus, He sets the scene. The scenario is very stark. It's a prison cell. Devaki and Vasudeva are under arrest. They're in shackles. And it is a very dangerous situation. Have you ever been to prison? No? You're all nice people. If you go in Sankirtan, not in Delhi, but in other places, you may have sometimes to face such situations. One time, Shyamasundar Prabhu, he told Srila Prabhupada, "Oh, I have to go to jail." And Prabhupada said, "That's not so bad. Krishna was born in jail." It's just to make him feel better. And then he asked him, why? Why do you have to go to jail? And he said, well, you know, something of my past, of my previous. And Prabhupada asked, what was it? He said, I was selling drugs. Prabhupada said, I was also selling drugs. Because Prabhupada was a pharmacist, you know. I mean, he understood, but he just wanted him to feel better. He wanted to encourage him. So, a prison house is a dangerous place, because you don't know when you're going to get out, if you're going to get out, what's going to happen in there. So, anybody's phone who rings has to buy a Srimad Bhagavatam set, okay? So please put your ringer on maximum volume and text all your friends, your 5,000 friends, that they should call you, okay? So a lot of Bhagavatam sets will get distributed. Okay, no messaging, no calling. You have to be focused. Yesterday I started the Prabhupada Marathon, one set of Bhagavatams, right there, okay? Who's enforcing? Who's your police officer here? Police commando. Sadhu. So, we have to be focused to do this mission. Just like Devaki, she was focused. She wanted to see Krishna appear in this world. Yeah, Krishna was there. He was there in her womb, because Krishna was first appearing in the unalloyed mind of Vasudeva, and then got transferred to the mind, to the heart, and then to the womb of Devaki, and from there he appeared. So here it is being stated that Devaki is keeping the Supreme Lord, the cause of all causes. He's hidden in her womb because she's arrested, and it is a dangerous situation. It is like the flames of a fire, which are covered by the walls of a pot. The Acharyas say that even if you keep a flame, just a flame of a candle, you keep it covered, it can burn down the whole house. So you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Prabhupada spends the entire purport speaking about this point, that the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita has been covered, it has been obscured, it has been hijacked, it has been usurped by people with ulterior motives. Before Srila Prabhupada wrote Bhagavad Gita as it is, there was over 400 editions in the English-speaking language. And not one devotee was produced from those 400 editions. That's quite spectacular, right? That's quite amazing. 400 different types of Bhagavad Gita, not one devotee of Krishna. But when Srila Prabhupada presented Bhagavad Gita as it is, then of devotees appeared all around the world. And now, 60 years later, about 500 million, more than 500 million Bhagavad Gitas and other books by Srila Prabhupada have been distributed, and the whole world knows Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki. So, but what happens if you try to obscure, distort, or usurp, or imprison the message of the Bhagavad Gita? You'll become destroyed. And it can happen to anyone, not just Kamsa, not just the academics. It can happen to everyone. Huh? There's a saying that use it or lose it. Did you ever learn shlokas? And then you got a little lazy and you stopped repeating them because the exam was over. And what happened? The shlokas went away from you. Have you noticed? Huh? And you may remember a word here or there, but the shlokas went away. They left you because you did not pay them attention. You did not utilize them properly. A friend of mine is from Argentina, and his Gurudev was in the US, and he needed to go to US to serve his Gurudev. So he went to the American Embassy in Buenos Aires. Haribo. Story time, okay? You gotta wake up. Alright? Philosophy's over. Story time. Playtime, okay? You have to be awake for playtime. And he went to the American Embassy in Buenos Aires in pant and shirt, and they rejected his visa application. Have you ever had a visa application rejected? Never. You go through agent, right? You know how it works. So he went back next day, in dhoti and kurta. And he said, I demand to speak to the ambassador. Pretty bold, right? So the lady came, and she said, what can I do for you, sir? And he said, yesterday, one of your less intelligent bureaucrats rejected my visa application. Little did he know that I have to go to the US to serve my Guru. In our tradition, serving the Guru is the most important principle. And I'm going there because I can help him to regain his health. I've done it before, so that's why I'm gonna need to go there. She said, so you're not just gonna disappear and get a job and start working and like everybody else? He said, no, we're missionaries. We're always coming and going, we're travelers. So she paused for a while. She looked at him and she said, okay, I'm going to give you the visa. And then, as she got up from the table, you have to understand, there is secretary, there is security, there's the Marines. She's the top American in the country. She's the top dog. She gets up from the table, and under her breath she says, I read Prabhupada's Gita. Can you go see the American ambassador in Delhi? Janakpuri. It's not far, it's just down the road. Can you go and see him? Very difficult to see the ambassador. Huh? Yes, you can, because if you know the way, but it's not so easy, not so easy, they're busy people. Huh? How much time can you spend with them? How much time? Short time, right? Short time, because they're busy people. But Prabhupada, in the form of his books, he can reach everybody. And he can stay with them. With them, in their home. And Prabhupada can preach to them. Huh? So, our mission is to bring Prabhupada to the world. To bring Prabhupada's message, Prabhupada's shiksha to the world. That is our mission. And we can't say, oh yeah, I'm fine. I have my Didi, my Thakur, I have my Guru, I'm initiated, I got the books at home, I'm saved. Huh? No, it's not about mukti. Huh? Mukti ritvanyatarupam swarupena vyavyastite. You have to go beyond mukti. You have to understand that there's something higher than just mukti. What does mukti mean? Nirvana. I'm out of the forest. I'm not in pain. I'm okay. Huh? No. We have to do better. So, this message is too important to be neglected. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave the order. I order every man, woman, and child take to this chanting of Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you didn't wake up by now, then you deserve to sleep. Then you're okay. You're fine. Like our friend here. Bonafide. Okay? He found his spot. No, he's okay. He's in Samadhi. Don't disturb his. He found his corner. So, Srila Prabhupada stayed up every night. And for 2 or 3 hours, he would translate Srimad Bhagavatam. 6 pages. Every night, 6 pages. And in this way, he wrote over 80 books. There's a saying that if you have 1 year time, you grow rice. If you have 10 years time, you grow coconuts. If you have 100 years time, you grow people. Prabhupada stayed up every night for several hours to give us the textbooks for the next 10,000 years. I see a lot of potential here. I see a lot of potential here, but I also see, a little bit of brain fog, a little bit of haze. You know that Delhi fog? Huh? Don't try to fly to Delhi in January, right? Not in the morning. Afternoon, okay, but early morning, not so good. Flight will get delayed, right? From experience. Why? Too much fog. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andhakara. When the Krishna sun comes up, then all the fog of Maya will get dissipated. So I see a lot of potential here, but I also see some conflicting ideas. There's some abhiman, there's some different types of desires, different types of plans and ideas. So, people always ask me, how can I chant and read more? How can I distribute more books? And I say it's very easy. Does Arjuna have a problem with discipline? No. Does Arjuna have a problem with diet? No. Does Arjuna have a problem? No. Why not? Because Arjuna has a mission. What is your mission? Breakfast and lunch? No dinner? By the way, Ekadasi Parana is 9:30, so you're okay. You can relax, okay? There is still 1 hour. You don't have to worry about that part, okay? Once you have a mission, all the little stuff takes care of itself. Discipline, attention, teamwork, cooperation, all that is included in the mission. One set of Bhagavatam. Yasyanive parabhaktir yatharive tatagurau tasaite katitahi artha prakashante mahatmana. If you please Guru, all the meanings of the Vedas will become revealed in your heart. The zip file will unzip. Everything will be manifested to you. Sounds pretty good, right? Huh? So, Srila Prabhupada worked tirelessly. He was residing in Radha Damodar, but he had a small office in Chippiwara. Because he knows that printing happens in Delhi, not in Vrindavan. So he makes regular journeys there, he writes there, and he goes and he buys paper on the paper market, he brings it to the printer on the tela, then he checks the printing, the proofs, and then he has to bring the printed pages to the binder. All very tedious work. Have you done things like that? You been to Chandi Chowk? Yeah? You come with a list, right, of 15 items, 15 things you need to purchase or you need to do. And if you can do 5, you're doing pretty good, right? Next day you have to go back. Because out of stock, not available, person is not there, shop is closed. Have you had this experience? Yes. Can you imagine what Prabhupada went through? No help, no funds, no support. In the heat of Delhi, he was walking around, first distributing his Back to Godhead magazine, getting heat stroke, getting gored by a bull, or by a cow. He had severe difficulties, but Prabhupada pushed on. He pushed on. He pushed on. Why? Because he had a mission. Just like your Gurudev, he had a mission. He's a man with a mission. You can see, he was fully focused on his mission. Make Krishna's famous all over the world. Open as many temples as possible. Distribute as many books as possible. Train as many devotees as possible. That was his mission. That's why he was focused and he was able to do what he did. He was not running around frantically. Whenever I met him in Mayapur, he went on his walk to Goshala and back. And I used to meet him every day. Our ways would cross. And he would stop and he would smile and speak a few kind words to encourage me. Now there's a person who's very busy. He's got the whole world to worry about. Thousands of disciples, dozens of temples, millions of books. But he has time to pay attention to each and every individual. That is a true sadhu. That is a true acharya. So, you're gifted, you're blessed. If you have Guru Nishta, you have everything. Nobody can touch you. If you don't have Guru Nishta, you may know so much. People don't care. No impact. Shooting blanks, poof poof, but no impact. You have to have Guru Nishta, firm, fixed up faith. Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Sudrida Nischoy, Krishna Bhakti Koila, Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. What does it mean in plain English? If you have full faith in Guru and Krishna, nobody can touch you. You become a superhero. You want to become a superhero? You like superheroes? Which one? Hanuman? Yeah. Find Sita. Bring Sita back together with Ram. So, we have to have a mission. So to find our mission in the vision of Prabhupada should be our single and sole objective. It's not about selling a few books. You see, Amazon ships, right? Flipkart sells product. But ISKCON is giving an opportunity. Can you buy an opportunity on Flipkart or Amazon? No. You can only get it from a person who has the opportunity. And that's all of you. That's where all of us come into play. Because if you want the opportunity, you have to go to a devotee. Krishna Shakti Vinanahe Tara Pravartan. It is Krishna's potency that is expanding this movement. And this is Parampara. I just came from Ukraine. Have you heard of Ukraine? Yes, war going on. Bombs dropping from the sky. Every night you see fireworks. Drones going up and anti-missiles going up. But devotees are going out on Harinam. They're distributing books. They are distributing 20,000 meals a day. Practically no help from outside, from abroad. All organized by themselves. A lot of devotees have left the countries, but the temples are full. So people are very much interested. They're very much eager. They're taking shelter of the process of Krishna consciousness. We were able to distribute 15 sets. And now, some of you are preachers. How do you distribute sets? You just put a set next to you, you speak about the Bhagavatam, and then afterwards you ask who would like to have a set. And I know people are giving you money, right? People are giving you donations. You're getting donations? Yes? Yes, you are. So then what do you do with that money? You buy a new mobile? You buy a nice gold watch? No? You sponsor books. So when you see that the audience is not very enthusiastic to sponsor, you say, I will sponsor 2 sets. I want to sponsor 2 sets for teenagers, for youth, because I got the books when I was 15. How old are you? What's your age? 11, okay. So you ask, who would like to have a set? And then some youngsters, they raise their hand, they come forward, and you give them a set. And then people get to realize, okay, he's a foreigner, he's not from here. He's spending his own money to give a gift. Maybe I should also do something, okay? And then it starts happening. We got 28 sets distributed in Georgetown, Guyana, 21 in Philadelphia. It's unlimited. There's some devotees who get, like Vaisheshika Prabhu, he gets 500 sets sponsored in 1 hour. That's a pretty good start, right? Huh? That's 9,000 Mahabooks in 1 hour. So, there is no lack of resources. There's no lack of opportunity. There's no lack of people. Have you noticed the traffic jam in Delhi? Yeah, you have noticed, right? And the pollution that resorts thereof. So we can either see it as a tragedy or as an opportunity. What do you like? Tragedy or opportunity? Who likes tragedy? Okay, thank you. Opportunity, yes, it's a great opportunity. There's unlimited amounts of people, there's unlimited amounts of resources, there's unlimited amounts of stoplights, right? They're not going anywhere. You can just go there and knock on the window and... I know it's electronic, but you still make this sign, right? It works. I was in Chengdu, China. And you know, China is illegal. You can't distribute books. But I had one Chinese perfection of yoga. So I was walking around. Because if you walk out the door with a book, you're looking for your target, right? You're looking, where is that person who will get that book? If you don't carry books, you walk out the door and you look, oh, nice car. Oh, nice sari, nice bangle, nice this, nice shop, right? That's what the mind says. Do you have a mind? No, you're mindless, right? Yes, that's what the mind says. But if you carry books, then your intelligence will say, where is my target? Where is my customer? Where is the recipient of that book? You understand? So from Asura Bhav, you can change, you can switch to Achyuta Bhav. What do you like better, Asura Bhav or Achyuta Bhav? Huh? But you have to carry books. How many of you carry books with you all the time? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not enough. That's not even 10%. It's not a passing mark. All of you, you have to carry books because you can't distribute books that you don't have. Did you ever meet people who look at you, you got tilak, you got kantimala, and they say, Iskon Vala, right? Iskon Vala? Yeah? Which one? Rohini, Dwarka, East of Kailash, where? Which one, huh? And then you say, yeah, Iskon Vala, and they say, Bhagavad Gita, I need a Bhagavad Gita. And you say, I don't have a Bhagavad Gita. And they say, you're not Iskon Vala. You're just fake, you know? You're an imposter. You're an imposter. You're just playing the game. You're just making show. It's not show business. Huh? Tadvigyanartam saguru meva vigachet samipani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. Huh? You have to carry firewood for the yajna. Have you collected firewood this morning? No. But the books are also made from wood. So if you carry Prabhupada's books, you're fulfilling this Vedic injunction, this order. You have to do yajna, Sankirtan yajna. You have to carry the books of the Guru. And in this way you will gain entrance into the Vedic wisdom. It's not academic learning. There were so many academics and politicians who spoke on Gita and distorted Krishna's message because they had no interest in presenting Krishna the way he is and to say what he said. They had their own agenda. They had their own goals, their own ideas. So don't be a pretender. Huh? Carry Prabhupada's books and show them to people. I was in northern Michigan, which is the United States, just close up to the border to Canada, Mackinac Bridge. I was in a parking lot of a supermarket. I walked up to a car. It was a middle-aged man with his son. And the man said, Prabhupada is my favorite author. And I said, really? Wow, thank you. It was worth it driving all the way to hear that. Huh? Did you ever hear people say something like that? I love Bhagavad Gita. Yesterday we were waiting for the car on the curb, you know. I almost didn't make the flight. It was crazy. Yesterday, Ekadasi, you know, travel on Ekadasi. There was accidents from Pune to Mumbai. Had to drive 4 hours to catch the flight. And there was trucks and cars and jams. Anyway, let's not go there. I made it. Then we arrived. Where's the car? So you can either get upset or you can start distributing books. What do you prefer? Get upset or distribute books? Distribute books, right? So I just go up to people. I see a gentleman, he's listening to something, he's also waiting for a car. He's not going anywhere, he's waiting for his driver. So I say, excuse me sir, do you speak English? He said, yes. I said, I'm from Switzerland. And I shook his hand, and I asked him, do you need a Swiss banker? And he smiled. And because he understood the joke. So then we had a very nice conversation, and he took a book, actually 2 books, and then the car came, and everything was perfect. So when you have books, you enter into Antaranga Shakti, you enter into the internal potency. Shrimad Radharani, she will orchestrate everything in a perfect way. The more I try to help others, the more Krishna and Radha helps me. The more I try to take care of myself, the more things don't work. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? 5 people have noticed. It's a good group. It's a good group. There is potential. So I see a lot of potential, but we have to work in teams because it's a big job. It's a big job. What do you do when you find gold in your backyard? What do you do? Not just a ring or a coin, but like gold mine. What do you do? Huh? Make plan. What does it mean?
Take the gold and distribute to people.
Yeah, you find gold. It's a big job. Anybody? Geology? Mining? Metallurgy? No, all engineering, huh? IIT, NIT, IT, or just techie wala, or just mobile phone wala, huh? Everybody into this stuff. No! The wheels of the trucks that work in the mines are about as high as up to the light here. Big, big, big gutties. Huh? So it's a big job. You need engineers, you need financiers, you need lawyers, you need cooks, you need engineers, drivers, everybody. So it's a big job. We need everybody to expand the Sankirtan movement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Now you may say, I don't have all the knowledge, I don't have the resources, I'm a poor person, what can I do? We were in Rishikesh. Have you been to Rishikesh? Nice place, right? Just up the road. Huh? And we were doing Nagar Sankirtan, chanting Hare Krishna. And we were causing traffic jam. Because small roads, Rishikesh. No? So, everybody honking, yelling, screaming. But at some point they realize Sankirtan is not going away. So they get off their motorbike, out of their car, they start joining Sankirtan. Even the police wala, he also joins Sankirtan. Everybody's chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then there is a beggar sitting there, close to where we are. Not a sadhu, but a professional guy, you know. He has his little cup there and he looks a little sad. But he watches us. So after 10 minutes, he decides it's no fun being a beggar. So he picks up his cup, he puts it in his kurta pocket, and he joins the kirtan. And then he starts dancing. And he starts dancing around. Really like Bollywood style, you know, like heavy style, you know, like really showing off. And after 10 minutes, he reaches in his kurta pocket and he pulls out the whole stack of cash. And he starts waving it around. And then he starts taking money and putting it in the pocket of all the devotees. And he's showing everybody, I'm not a poor person. I'm a generous person. Harinam Sankirtan, Prabhupada's books, is what transforms beggars into generous people. Everyone in this world is a beggar. Everybody came with nothing, and everyone's leaving with nothing. The only thing that is your property is the bhakti you have received and the bhakti you have shared. That's your credit. Everything else is manodharma. Everything else is your karmic spreadsheet. Oh yeah, little papa, little punya, and that. Forget that stuff. You have to go to a higher level. So, how are these books distributed? like your Gurudev, when he put them in bookstores and not so much response, Prabhupada said these books are distributed by the enthusiasm of the devotees. Utsaha nishaya dharyat. You have to be enthusiastic. In 1985, I was young, beautiful, and stupid. You remember those days when we were young, beautiful, and stupid? Not so long ago, right? It's just yesterday. I went door to door in Switzerland, and one lady took 3 books, and she said, my nephew has been to India. And I said, really, give me his contact. I called him, he came with his friend. They had long hair and red eyes, because they had smoked ganja before they came. And so, they came and they said, you know, we already know everything. Have you met people like that who said, we already know everything? Sometimes people say, I am knowing everything. And I say, dude, you don't even speak English, but you know, you say you're knowing everything. And I call my friends, I say, you have to come and meet this person. He knows everything, you know. You got to talk to this guy. So, but I would not take no for an answer, because I was Bhaktaniko, and I was super energetic, super enthusiastic. And I showed them the temple, the deities, I showed them the library, I gave them prasadam, I talked with them, and then I showed them all the books. Because I thought, hey, you already know everything, no problem, so it's all good. I showed them all the books. Haribo, focus. Because if you're asleep, you're not going to catch that person, okay? So, then, they just put a few big bills on the table, you know, maybe half a lakh, and said, okay, pack it, we're taking it. So they went home, they started reading and chanting, they came to Sunday feast, but they were kind of, matumati, you know, lukewarm, not like very serious. But one Sunday, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Maharaj was giving the Sunday lecture. We're idiots. We have to get serious. So they connected with him. They totally tuned into his frequency. Their heart was captured. They got serious. They transformed their home into a preaching center. And because all their friends got involved, so more than 12 got initiated by Maharaj. Some of them went to South Africa, opened a temple there, more people joined, a lot of books got distributed, all from one endeavor, okay? You see, this is the potency of Prabhupada's books. So it's good, if you meet interested people, connect them. Connect them to temple, to preachers, to satsang, to study groups. And if they're super special, keep the contact yourself. Later you can hand them over to somebody else. So in this way, the movement can expand. I need a book. So, the marathon has started, and it's a big job. I know you have your target. How much is the target? 4 lakhs? 80,000. Why not 5 lakh? It's better, no? Better number. 4.8 is hard, you know. Shoot for 5, you will get 4.8. Only round numbers. No small stuff, okay? So, it's a big target. How are you going to do it? You have to build your team. You have to actually involve everybody. Some people think, yeah, the brahmachari is already out there. They're taking care of that. Gita contest, you know, big donors, no problem. I can go back to sleep. Let them sleep. So, but, no, we need everybody. Because a chain is as strong as its weakest link. It's a team play. And if we're not in the same frequency, and you think this is just another, you know, another drama, another class, and I'll just go back to my cave and sleep. It doesn't work like that. You're missing out. It's a wonderful opportunity. Now how are you going to do it? How are you going to do it? Tadami buddhi yogam tam yena mamu payantite. Krishna will give you the intelligence. Krishna will give you the intelligence. Every jiva has got its own genius. Have you seen mosquitoes? Do they find their target? Yes, they do. How much brain is in a mosquito? No, but there is genius. That's Krishna. Paramatma, he says, go, get him, right there, on the bone, right, on the joint. That's where you're going to get your drop of blood. So, that genius is there in every jiva. If we don't use our genius for preaching, we will use it for Maya. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So whether you're doing Gita contests or stoplights or hand-to-hand or book tables or you're gifting books to friends and family or you're just preaching about Bhagavad Gita, you're cooking and serving and supporting the devotees, you're part of the team. Even if you just carry boxes. You know, in sports, if you just carry the water bottles, if your team wins, you get the medal. Pretty good, huh? You can be the water boy. You can just clean the shoes. You get a medal. You get the ring when they win. But you have to be a team player. You can't say, oh no, your guru is into books, but my guru, he likes cows. Or, you know, he likes parikram. Or he likes this, he likes that. Everybody has their own masala. No. It's like you're in the army. There's one mission, one goal, one command, one directive. So, Srila Prabhupada said, I only have one disease. I cannot think small. I can only think big. He said, I want to spread Krishna consciousness everywhere at once. That's a pretty big plan, right? That's a pretty big mission. So find your mission in the vision of Prabhupada. By following authority, by working cooperatively with everyone, you will achieve your purpose. The first day I went out door to door, I distributed 5 books. I was 16 years old. And one lady took 3 books. The next, in the evening, my Sankirtan leader, Sudha Prabhu, he asked me, why didn't you show her the set? I said, I didn't have a Bhagavatam set. He said, tomorrow you go back, you show her the set. So the next day, I go there. She says, I remember you. I said, yeah, but yesterday I didn't have what I wanted to show you. So, can I show you? She said, yeah. So I put the set. She took it. I realized if I follow the instructions of my spiritual authority, there is potency. It will work. It will work. Why? Because I'm following spiritual authority. This is parampara. Okay, last story, and then we open up for Diwali gifts. Do you like gifts? Yeah? Free gift? Huh? Free gift? Anybody? Very much so. So, remind me of the story. Last 4 decades of experience, Sambandha Videya Prayojana book distribution, how to get people's attention, how to engage in a conversation, how to communicate the message in an attractive and impactful way, how to get them not just to make a donation, but how to get them to actually want to meet you again. Because that's the criteria of success. It's all in here. Stories, all in one. So this is the story of a 15-year-old who got a Bhagavad Gita and what happened the next 4 decades. What he learned, the good and the bad. The mistakes and the successes. Also, it is a manual. If anybody were to find this book, you could restart the Sankirtan movement because in some areas there's not much going on. So they may not have anyone to train them, but they can do it themselves just by reading this. And also it is a companion and a friend to all of you, to the devotees who are already distributing. Because sometimes you need a little inspiration. Sometimes it's a struggle. Have you noticed? People don't take. You have noticed, right? I got late yesterday to Mumbai airport. I almost missed my flight. And I was not happy because I brought a whole bag of books. And normally, I want to spend at least a good hour. Because distributing books in an airport is like hunting in a zoo. You know, people can't go anywhere. They're just waiting for the flight. Walking, shopping, eating, waiting. So, I only distributed a few books. So, always carry books and always see the opportunity. What was the story I was about to tell? Yeah, the last story, the bonus track story. And then you're going to get your book, okay? So, I was in Dallas, Texas. I went shop to shop. One shop, it looked like India. It was all these beautiful pictures. It had an altar with bananas and incense. And there was a young gentleman. His name is Ram Tulsi. He's from Hyderabad. He went to Gurukul. And he's a Jyotish. He's doing astrology for the Techivalas. So I asked him, Ram Tulsi, how is life? How is things going? And he said, terrible. Too much problems. Everybody, too much problems. Job problem, family problem, health problem, this problem, that problem. Solution, remedy, rings, this, that. I say, yeah, because you're not educating them. You're not giving them divigyan. You're not giving them knowledge. He said, yeah, I should give them knowledge. How do I give them knowledge? I said, you have to give them books. He said, yes, I have to give them books, but I don't have any books. I said, I have books. I can give you books. I said, how many books you need? He said, I need a lot of books. I said, how many? He said, a lot. I have many people. I said, I have my truck outside. So I brought him a few cases. I put like 300 books on the table, like a big pile of books. And then he asked me, well, what can I give? I say, look, this is like Gurukul. You know, you heard of Seva? Like, you know, I do Seva, you do Seva. I give everything, you give everything. Right? You know, love and trust. So, this is the magic moment, okay? This is the dream of every Sankirtan devotee. So he opens the drawer, he sticks his hand in, he grabs a stack of cash, and he just hands it to me. Almost 1 lakh. And it's okay. And then the next year, I come back. I say, hey, Ram Tulsi, how you doing? And he says, very good, very good. Better questions, better dialogues. Much better. People are reading, they appreciate it. But I still have books, don't worry. I said, no. Today, I came to give you a gift. I brought him Bhagavatam, I brought him CC, I brought him the other books. He opened the drawer, stuck in his hand, grabbed a stack of cash, and handed it to me. Do you want to know where Ram Tulsi lives? Do you want to know? I'm not going to tell you. He's my member, okay? He's my channel. This knowledge is open source. Lord Nityananda broke open the storehouse of love of God. Lord Chaitanya told him, you have to give this to everybody, even to the chandalas, to the undeserving people, to the outcasts. So don't try to limit Krishna, to make him, he's our property, we own him. Do we have a monopoly on Bhagavad Gita? Do we have a monopoly on Bhakti? No, thank you. So, that means we should be magnanimous. We should be open-hearted. So that everybody feels, yes, these are my people. That was my only question that I had when I came to the temple. People were so generous. They gave me beads, they gave me books, they gave me prasadam, they gave me their time. I had 3 counselors, Atma-tattva, Gaura-lila, Raja-vidya. I could call any time of the day or night. I'm 15 years old. I don't got money. I'm still in 9th grade. But they're investing so much time and energy into me. My only question was, how can I become like you? That is preaching. Not, oh yeah, you're my customer, you just buy my product and get lost. People don't want transactions, they want transformation. Information without application does not lead to realization. And without realization, there's no transformation. If you have the heart of a person, you also have his wallet. So if you're worried about, all the rupees, you have to touch people's hearts. Otherwise, you only have a few bills, and they're gone very fast. So, I'm always excited coming here to Delhi because I just have so many fond memories of Maharaj, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Maharaj. And it's wonderful to see your Guru Nishta, your Vipralamba Seva, your service in separation. It's very endearing. It's very exemplary. So please keep going and expand the mission unlimitedly. We wrote this book. It took 40 years, but this is actually, every Sankirtan devotee could have written this, because you all have your own stories, your own realizations. But you're too humble to write it, so I wrote it for you. And believe it or not, BBT published it, and now it is available. And we brought a few boxes here just for you. Questions, comments, or reflections? Today's Sunday, we still have a few minutes, right? Because Ekadashi Paran time is in 26 minutes. So don't worry. In 26 minutes, I guarantee you, you'll be out of here. Okay? I can tell you stories till the cows come home. Yeah, but I haven't seen too many cows in Delhi. So, yes, questions? Anybody? Silence means consent, okay? All right. Go ahead. We have a microphone here. Use it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for this wonderful inspiration.
So don't leave. Everybody can get their own copy here. They're only $250. That's cost price because we made them available just at cost price. So you can get it cash, QR code, jewelry, stocks, but no mobile phones and no old gadgets, okay? You can get here from Prabhuji, and if you like, you can also get it signed. You can already start lining up while we do the questions, okay? Yes, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, thank you for this wonderful inspiring class. One question keeps on coming when I go to distribute book and when I hear inspiring stories like from Vaishasika Prabhu, that I sometimes think that...
Just give me the question. Just give me that one sentence with the question mark, you know? People are paying for parking, so you have to be quick.
I sometimes think that...
You can also get 2 or 5 or 10, okay? Because for all your friends. Just the one question.
Yes.
No think, no comments. Just question.
No.
Question mark.
You people have a very impactful personality which can impress the people. But I sometimes think that I lack it. I don't have that impressing impact on the people.
You don't have to. Prabhupada makes the impact. It's not you. You just show them the book and you say, look here, this Krishna. Look here, this Prabhupada. Have you heard of ISKCON? And they say, yes. And you say, okay, take it. Give something. Help. We're not doing it for our own sake. If you run on your own strength, you're not going anywhere. Manoratena satadavatobahi. You have to go. I need a pen. You have to go on Krishna's strength. Krishna's potency. Guru's potency. No one can stop you. Okay? But you have to get off the mental platform. As long as you think, oh, I can't do this. And you know, shyness it can be an asset or it can be a liability. So you have to know when it's time to be shy and when it's time to be bold. When you're on the battlefield, you have to roar. Huh? When you're at home or with your family and friends, then you have to be shy. Huh? But when you're in the marketplace, you have to speak up. Otherwise people will not notice that you're there. Okay? Thank you. Any other questions or comments? One here in the front. And I want to see a line of people here who line up, okay? I want to see the line. Otherwise I'm going to come out there and sell the book to you. Okay? I'm going to make you buy it. I sold 1,000 of these in Vrindavan in 1 week. And devotees are difficult customers. Have you noticed? They have all the excuses, right? Oh, I have so many books that I have not read. Have you heard that argument before? I read all of Prabhupada's books once a year. How do I do it? You get up early, like at 2 or 3 o'clock, and then you read before you chant japa. And then, instead of scrolling and wasting time with social media, you read more. And if you can't sleep at night, you read more. And in this way, you read all of Prabhupada's books. So if you read this book, you will read all of Prabhupada's books very fast. Okay? But of course, people, they have so many arguments. So a problem is not solved on the level of the problem. You just have to come to higher ground. Utsaha, you have to be enthusiastic. And then people will actually respond to that. Yes, please tell me. Go ahead, I'm listening.
Hare Krishna.
I can do 2 things at the same time.
Hare Krishna.
I can write my name and hear you.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. What are the best prayers that we should recite in front of the Lord and in front of Prabhupada to get success in Bhagavad Gita distribution service?
Like Prabhupada, he prayed, he said, please make me dance, make me dance, make me dance. I'm just a puppet. I'm an instrument in your hands. One Bhagavatam said. We need a policeman here to enforce this, you know, otherwise this place becomes chaos. One time in Mayapur I was doing crowd control. You know crowd control? When things go crazy, like Kumbh Mela style? You have to push, right? So, Harisori came to me and said, Prabhupada told me, when I was doing crowd control, Prabhupada told me, you have to push, but you have to smile. When you do book distribution, you have to push, but you have to smile. Because as soon as you don't smile, people push back. They get angry, right? Hey, why are you pushing me? You see everyday fights, right? In the bus, in the airport, in the traffic. But if you smile, you can push a lot. So keep pushing, but keep smiling. That's why Prabhupada said, chant Hare Krishna and be angry. Chant Hare Krishna and be depressed. Chant Hare Krishna and be confused. No! He said, chant Hare Krishna and be... But here in Delhi, it's happy, happy, right? Ah, happy, happy. Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Other points, other questions? Yes, mic is coming. It only counts if you have the mic, otherwise no bhakti points. You can pray also, you can chant all the prayers of the acharyas, you can pray
Hare Krishna, Prabhu
Hare
ji.
Krishna, you can chant Shikshastaka, you can chant any of your favorite prayers.
जैसे आपने बैगर की बात की, आपने बहुत अच्छा जो बैगर पे आपने प्रचार किया, तो एक हमारे पास है
Book, book, book.
ये है जो बाहर बाबा है पड़े रहते थे, बीड़ी फूंकते रहते थे, लेकिन आप प्रभुपाद की कृपा से इन्होंने 5 भगवत गीता बांटा। उनको पढ़ना भी नहीं आता, कुछ भी नहीं आता है, लेकिन ये जाके जो भगवत गीता दिखाया, इन्होंने 5 भगवत गीता बांटा। ये बीड़ी पीते थे कि ना प्रभुपाद की कृपा से प्रसाद खा के धोती कुर्ता निकाला कर रहे हैं। ये प्रभुपाद की कृपा जो आपने बताया, वास्तव में कोई भी भक्त बन सकता है, चाहे बैगर हो कोई भी हो। अब कल हम लोग आनंद विहार में बांट रहे थे तो एक व्यक्ति आया रो रहा था, उसकी 6 महीने पहले शादी हुई
Hare
थी।
Krishna. Very nice, wonderful. I got your point. It's good. Thank you very much.
तो बैगर पॉइंट आपने बताया, बहुत अच्छा बताया, कोई भी भक्ति कर
Comment,
सकता है।
right? It's a comment, right? Yeah, it's good. You want to know how Prabhupada distributed books? You want to know? Prabhupada was lecturing in Bhagavad Gita, and one man was shouting, "Why are you selling Bhagavad Gita? Krishna spoke it for free. You should give for free. Why are you charging money?" And Prabhupada said, "Where did Krishna speak Bhagavad Gita?" And the man said, "Kurukshetra." So Prabhupada said, "Kurukshetra, Delhi, 50 rupee transport charge." And the man said, "Okay, I'll pay for transport. I don't pay for the book." So he gave him 50 rupee, Prabhupada gave him the Gita. So, don't worry. Any other questions or comments, pass on the mic. And I want to see a line of people here. Otherwise, I'm going to come and chase you, okay? Because we got 300 books here. Otherwise, Mahabal is going to get on my case, you know?
Hare Krishna, bro.
Hare Krishna. Quick, quick, quick.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead. I'm listening.
Prabhu, a lot of time we meet some person like who are expert, sometime in who are expert in Gita.
Just give me your question. One sentence with a question mark. No stories, okay? I'm the storyteller.
How can we tackle Gyani people?
Gyani people, you ask them, are you smart or you have a smartphone? And usually they say, I have a smartphone. Then you tell them, you're qualified, you get a book. So don't argue with them. Just go straight. No manodharma. Straight action. Take and give. Okay? I was in Berkeley, California, in front of the university. And one young man said, "You already asked me yesterday. Why you ask me again?" And I said, "You people with the masks, you all look the same. How do I know?" So he pulls down the mask and he has a beard, a big beard. He says, "I'm a Muslim, but you're glowing. You're very effulgent. I want what you have." I say, "Well, take it." And he took the Gita. He gave a donation. People don't want to be converted. They don't want to be proven wrong. They don't want to be insulted or talked down to. People want to be inspired. Can you inspire people? Can you enthuse people? You will have the whole world who wants what you have. But if you're talking down or you're talking up, you see, Prabhupada is the Acharya. He's our founder Acharya, and he's the spiritual master of the galaxy. Why? He didn't have superiority or inferiority complex. He was just happy being Krishna's instrument, okay? So you can go straight to action. I was where was I? In the Caribbean, yeah. Guyana. Have you heard of Guyana? All Biharis and Eastern UP. Huh? Sugarcane cutting. You know history? No, they only know technology, right? Python and all, math. No, a lot of UP Walas and a lot of Biharis there in the Caribbean. So we went to do Nagar Sankirtan and distribute books. Hey, I'm missing my line here. Don't make me come out there. You can line up. And you can get 5 or 10 or 5,000, depending how many friends you are. So we did Nagar Sankirtan. I gave a man prasadam, I gave him a book, he gave a donation, and at the end I asked him, how are you? And he was confused, because he already had given the donation, and now I start the conversation. He was like, what? Why are you asking me? And he said, you want to know how I am? I can tell you. Are you ready? He said, not your friends will help you, not your family will help you, not your country will help you, only Krishna can help you. I said, thank you very much. That's what I needed to hear. So sometimes the people you're preaching to, they're giving you some vigyan. They're giving you something that they have realized from Krishna. And that's very nice. So don't think you cannot learn from people. Yes, tell me. Yes, you should do BTG subscription. Because people need to have regular contact. There has to be follow-up. You're not going to do the follow-up. People are going to do it. Hey, as a payment for the class, I want you all to come and buy a book, okay? Dakshina. Ekon. Ashun.
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji.
Hare Krishna, yes, go ahead. I hear you.
प्रभु जी मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि भगवत गीता का प्रचार करने का उत्साह तो बहुत आता है, एक्साइटमेंट भी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है, लेकिन जब हम जाते हैं और किसी के पास देने के लिए तो वो हमसे कुछ पूछ लेता है और हमें वो आता ही नहीं, क्योंकि अभी हम भक्ति में बहुत कमज़ोर हैं।
Books.
इस वजह से हमें बहुत डर लगता है कि बहुत घबरा जाते हैं, हाथ कांपने लगता है और फिर उत्साह जो है डाउन होने लगता है।
You can get enthusiasm by following the example of accomplished devotees. You just go out with other devotees who have utsaha, who have conviction, who know how it works. That's how you learn everything. Cooking, cleaning, preaching. You have to meet somebody who knows, and then you learn from them. Huh?
Hare Krishna Prabhu ji, she's asking, she has the enthusiasm, but
Books.
she has the enthusiasm, but she cannot distribute books as people ask her question and she cannot answer them properly as she's not that.
So you tell them, I don't have all the answers, I'm new at this, I'm a volunteer, but you go to temple and you will get your questions answered, but you can get the book. And I know one thing, prasadam is great, devotees are wonderful, the holy name is so sweet, Prabhupada is so kind. If you know that, that's enough. That's enough. Yes, you should also read. You know, pharmacist, he has not tried every product in his shop, but he knows this is good stuff. This is good company. So don't feel shy or insecure, okay? The process works. The process works. Grantara Shiva Bhagavatam ke, Srila Prabhupada ke, Gaura Bhaktarinda ke, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Srila Prabhupada Marathon K. And we want to see Delhi become #1, okay? Don't let these people there. So what are you going to do about it?